Hi, this is Kelly Shaw with College Planning Centers of America, and this is our video blog for the week of September 7th, 2012. Last week we talked about SAGE a little bit towards the end of the blog, and I want to go into more depth exactly what the SAGE program is. We're all familiar with the fact that there are all sorts of programs out there where you can spend money, get reward points. Spend money, you get an airplane ride. Spend money, you get a discount. SAGE is a rewards program that gives you tuition discounts if you save or do the proper things. Give you an example. Sat with a client the other day, probably like a lot of clients here in California. Number one, they have a really good income, so they're not going to qualify for any financial aid at this point in time, not any need-based aid. The problem is they live in a house that's worth about $400,000, and they owe about $495,000 on the house, so they can't borrow money against the house to pay for college. They may have too much income coming in, and they're wondering, how in the world are we going to get our kid through school? So SAGE, if you do the proper things, if you invest money properly, you invest money wisely, they give you dollars discounts to 300 different universities. So here in California, we have USD and a little school called Stanford. You might have heard of it. USD is a SAGE school, and they really want to go to USD. The problem is USD is about $40,000 a year, and they don't make enough money to send their kid to USD. They don't make enough money to send their child, unfortunately, to a local, very inexpensive state college. But they did have some money in an IRA, and they had a bunch of money in a 529 plan. And by simply repositioning that money, they had about $250,000 in an IRA. They moved it into a SAGE account, and they got immediately $12,000 in tuition discounts. They're going to get another $12,000 in the next year, and next year they should get another $12,000 to $15,000. So by the end of next year, they're going to have a total of about $36,000 already saved as a tuition discount without spending a penny. Now, they get SAGE points for meeting with us. So 1,000 points just for meeting with us, 1,000 points for getting a parent kit and doing it yourself at home. They get 500 points for registering their child online. Now, they've got two younger children coming up, a 7th grader and I believe a 5th grader. The bottom line is all three of those kids are going to get at least 1 year's worth of school paid for. Now, you may be familiar with schools like Valparaiso, Butler, Davidson. These are all SAGE schools where if you go to that school, you can use the SAGE discounts as a reduction on tuition. So if the school's $35,000 a year and you've got 35,000 SAGE points saved up, you can basically take off 1/4 of that each year, and you've got a lot of the school paid for. SAGE is a phenomenal program. It rewards you for doing the right things, for saving money. If you're interested, give us a call at 951-676-6301, or go to our website. There's some videos on there as well, and that is College Planning Centers of America. And until next week, God bless. Have a great week.